Hi, this is Stacy with craftaholicmama.blogspot.com, and today I wanted to do an Easter card for you. I've already colored up the image. This is a whippersnapper image. I can't remember the name of it, but if you do a search for bunnies, I'm sure you'll come across it. I colored him up with my Prismacolor pencils and used a Spellbinders oval. And then I used a Spellbinders scalloped oval for the mat. And this lavender paper is just from it's like these paper packs that you get at Hobby Lobby, the paper studio, but there was a multicolored one, so it's just from out of that. And so this pattern paper is a digital paper that I downloaded, and it's from Sherry K Designs. It's the spring, and I even think it's a freebie. If you go to her blog, sherrykdesigns.com, and click on blog and type in freebies, I think you'll find this spring paper. And this is just a piece of scrap yellow ribbon that I had. This is just another strip of that, and I just did some stamping on it with Versamark, just to give it a little bit of something to just the plain strip. And then here's another piece of that paper from that Paper Studio pack. And then I'm using a Paper Tray ink card base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round the corners of my panels first. Yeah, let's just use this little one. I do have a Crop-A-Dile, or a Corner Chomper by We Are Memory Keepers, but I don't know if it's just me. I don't get an even corner punch. It's like it's off on one side or the other. And so I really don't like using it. I bought these at Hobby Lobby. It's by the Paper Studio. And they have a small, my store has a small and a large one. But I like this small one sometimes. Just not getting a good one on that corner. Alrighty. I'm going to leave the base square so that kind of gives a little white corner to it. I think that's kind of neat. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down. First I'm going to start with my layers. Oop, everything's sticking to me. And I usually use my ATG gun, but when I'm doing videos, I have a very limited space, so I just got out my Glue Glider Pro. And I don't know about you guys, but my cartridges are hit and miss. It seems like some of the cartridges I have, just they pull really hard. It takes a lot of elbow grease to get it to work properly to dispense the adhesive properly. I don't know, I just don't care for it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. So I tend to not use it as much as I'd like to. And I think one time I read on a board somewhere that other people were having problems with it, and they just contacted the company and they sent them new ones. Maybe I just need to do that. So there's that mounted on there. And before I mount this on here, I'm going to mount my ribbon around it. And I want to leave enough to tie a knot on the other side. So let's put this over here for a second. I was going to do some stamping on the back, but it was just too dark, so I ended up turning it over and just doing some watermark stamping instead. Alright, so get that on there. Sorry if I'm off camera. And I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to kind of do it towards the bottom 2/3, you know, design principles of thirds. There we go. Alright, so now my image, I can get a hold of it. Let's go ahead and mount that. I'm going to put this on foam once I have it adhered. I don't use my Prismacolors, Prisma pencils as much as I should. My Copic coloring skills are not the greatest. So I tend to, if I'm buying a Digi stamp, I tend to, I'm just using some scraps here, I tend to buy them pre-colored if they're available. Just because I can't get that whole blending and shading thing down. So unless I feel like doing a straight, you know, grade school color where you just color in the lines and that sort of thing, I tend to just buy the pre-colored Digi. But coloring with colored pencils, again, I'm not the greatest at shading. I just color it straight in. But colored pencils tend to be a little bit more forgiving than, ooh, that's coming up. I'm going to have to put a little bit under that corner. There we go. So, tie that, or snip that off, and there's my first card. That turned out nice. I would probably maybe add a couple of blings up here in the corner, or some glitter, probably glitter up her, I guess, because she's a pink bunny. I guess boy bunnies can be pink too, but her bow and ear I'll probably glitter up and do some stickles on there or something. So the inside I'm just going to leave it blank. I can either save this for an Easter card or a child card or a baby card, so I'll wait on the sentiment until I need to use it. But there's card number 1. Thank you for watching and have a great day.